Okay, so for number 26, they say the figure shows a metal plate and there's some temperatures that they give you. The temperature at an interior junction, like T1, is approximated by finding the average mean of the temperatures at the four surrounding junctions. So we would just need to average everything that's going on at the four junctions here. So for me, that would be 70, 30, and then whatever T3 is. T3 they already give you 42.5. They also give you 20 and 60, so you can find your averages here. Once you go through and you find your averages, these numbers just get substituted into your equation. And it really is that straightforward. 26 actually is just 1, 2, and 3. T2 does not equal 35 degrees. That doesn't work for you. But it is true that T2 and T3 do add up to 90 degrees. Number 27 asks us which order triple describes a solution to the system. A really good thing to do here, of course, would just be to substitute in and see if this works. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to go back and take a look maybe at the matrix to see what's going on in the matrix. X's are stacked on X's, Y's are stacked on Y's, Z's are stacked on Z's, and answers on top of answers. On 27, it's going to come out X and then X minus 2 is 0. And here's what that looks like. You're going to have menu 75, menu 711. This is a 3 by 4 matrix. We're going to type in all of our numbers real quick. We've got -4, +4, 8, and -8. 1, -1, -2, and 2. 1, -1, 2, and 2. Now we have everything typed in. I'm just going to check real quick, make sure I've got my signs correct. It looks good. Okay. And you can see it come up right here, your very last term. There's nothing in it, so it says 0 is 0 is 0, and you can see in all of your answer choices, the 0 appears in the Z position. So all of those look good. This one is saying you have 1x, you have a -1y, and then it equals 2. So you have 1x minus 1y, and it equals 2. So we can say that our first term here is x, and then we have an x minus 2 to solve for y. If we needed to get y, again, what we're going to do is add y to both sides. So now I have x equals 2 plus y. And now I'm going to be able to just solve for y by subtracting 2. So y equals x minus 2. Now that I know what y equals, it just needs to show up in my answer. Y should be x minus 2. Here, that's not going to work. This is x plus 2 and not x minus 2. This says x, and this one right here is x minus 2 in that y spot. So that's why your answer here for 27 is going to be A. You have 95 coins with nickels, dimes, and quarters. 95 altogether, so we know that nickels plus dimes plus quarters has to equal 95. You have a total of that many coins. The value of the coins is $13.70. A nickel is worth 5 cents. A dime is worth 10 cents. And 25 cents for the quarter. All together that equals $13.70, excuse me. So I'm going to look through for these equations. I have 5 cents for a nickel, 10 cents for a dime, 25 cents for a quarter. It equals 13.7, equals 13.7, equals 13.7. So these three, 95, 95, 95, are all ready to go. I know that G can't be my answer here. Let's go a little bit further. It says there are 11 more quarters than dimes. 11 more quarters than dimes. So if we have quarters, we will have 11 more of them than there are of dimes. So I have to think here, 11 more quarters than dimes. So if I have one dime, we'll have 11 more than that. So 11 plus 1 would be 12. And that works out here. If I put in one dime, 11 plus 1, that would be 12 quarters. So now I have 11 more quarters than there are dimes. So that's the right equation. I just don't see it popping up here. I see them putting all the variables on one side. So I'm going to do that too. I'm going to subtract d from each side. I have q minus d equals 11. Q minus d equals 11 shows up here and only here. All of these other ones have bogus signs. Q minus d equals 11 is my final answer. That would be F. So now they want us to go and actually solve the system now that we have it. This is really good practice for us because it makes us put the equation in the right order for the matrix. So I have NDQ and then the answer over here. And we're going to write out real quick what we're going to put into the matrix. I have 1, 1, 1, and then 95. For the next one, I have nickels, dimes, and quarters again, so we're still in the right order. I have 0.05, 0.10, and 0.25. Altogether, that equals 13.7. This very last one, I don't have any nickels, so I got to put 0. I have minus 1 dimes. I have plus 1 quarters, and that all together should equal 11. So this is now what's going to go into my matrix, and I can do the same process over. I can say menu 75, menu 711. I have a 3 by 4 matrix. And now I can write in all my numbers. And then I'm ready to push enter. Now I can see that my nickels, I have 30 of those. My dimes, I have 27 of those. And my quarters, I have 38 of those. When I add all of this up, I should have a total of 95 coins, and that's what we saw in our first one. When I multiply out the values, 35 nickels, 27 dimes, 38 quarters, it should equal $13.70, and there should always be 11 more quarters than there are dimes. So I'm going to look at my dimes and my quarters, and I can see that they are 11 apart. So all of that makes sense to me. The ordered triple that you're looking for is 30, 27, 38. And that will be letter D. 30 nickels, 27 dimes, and 38 quarters. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.